Action.
My name is Emily Peterson. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts in the United States of America. I started yoga in 1997. I was an athlete, or I did physical exercise my entire life, so I had some chronic injuries, and I heard that yoga was very helpful for injuries. So I started with a videotape at home, and it was one of the hardest things I'd ever done physically. I had previously suffered from a lot of abuse and trauma and had a very long-term eating disorder and did a lot of things to stay away from my body and be disconnected from myself. So yoga very much challenged me. While it helped me help some of my injuries, it was very helpful in that way. But it was super challenging because I had to actually be in my body while I practiced. So it was incredibly difficult and also starting to become incredibly healing, giving me an opportunity just to be with myself in a very new way. I also loved the spiritual side of it and just connecting into the light and connecting into a philosophy of living that I hadn't really experienced before, so that was also very helpful. But I was still very much struggling with depression and anxiety. But I had also attempted suicide, and so the yoga was really the thing that was like my lifeline for a very long time. I moved to Mexico and taught English in Mexico, and then came back to Boston, where I finally actually took my very first yoga class in 2004 or something. So before that I did all tapes. And then I decided I was getting a master's degree, and I was studying the human rights side of government, and my thesis was going to be yoga and peace building, which I was going to try to work in Kenya back at the time with one of the organizations here for my thesis. So I decided I needed to take a teacher training so I could at least experience what the teachers here in Kenya were going through, even though we were coming from two different cultures and places in the world. So I did that, and then it radically changed my path and my life, and I became a yoga teacher. But I was still really struggling with anxiety and depression and eating stuff. And then we had a terrorism attack in Boston at the marathon bombing a few years ago. And I had some friends at the time who had worked with Sue Jones and Yoga Hope on their Haiti project when they went to Haiti. And she offered a free training for yoga teachers in Boston to help us, those of us who have had trauma, walk into a yoga class where we were holding space and teaching to those who had just experienced this big trauma, like the Boston bombing. So I went to her training, and it was life-changing. It was absolutely one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And I knew that it was something I had to keep doing. So I kept training with the program, became a facilitator, started running groups in the United States with the veterans and in yoga studios. And then I became a trainer for the program, and we went to work with the largest nonprofit organization in Washington, D.C. that works with women who are homeless and addicted, working into self-sufficiency. So that was a huge thing for me. And it really changed my life, because all of the things that I was so ashamed of before, like trying to commit suicide or having anxiety or depression or self-injury, those sorts of things, the eating disorder, what I realized through the program that I had so much shame about and I felt kept me so separated and so unworthy of love and belonging were the exact same things that I could use when I was working with this program to help me connect to other women and other communities. Not that we have the same exact story or the same exact trauma, but we all very much know what it's like to be afraid or to feel responsible for things or to feel like we're not good enough. And I was given these tools to help me go through these times when I was struggling, using my breath, using the yoga, using the meditation, and coming to a place where the times of struggle were actually opportunities for me to do just a little bit more healing. So my perspective changed from these things that were so difficult to not only were they an opportunity now that they were coming for me to heal, but also I could use them in connection to others because I could understand pain and suffering. And then Sue told me one day that the Rona Foundation had contacted her and that there might be an opportunity to come here to Africa, to Kenya, to do the program with the widows. And I instantly was like, of course, I have to go because, like I said before, I was originally with my master's thesis wanting to come to Kenya. So I've always dreamed of being here in Africa and being of service, however that looked. So I came here, and really what I've found is just incredible spirit, so much love and connection. Yes, there is a lot of suffering, right? And some of the stories are difficult. But it's such a gift to be here and be part of this program and to see what Rosalina has done, and to come to a place where the women are so open and so accepting of us. They said that for some of them it's the first time being next to a white woman. So that is just an incredible gift and opportunity for us to learn from these women and learn about spirit and resiliency, and even through tears that we can sing and we can dance and we can rejoice together. And I'm just really learning so much being here, and I really can't wait. They're so incredible. And a lot of times when we run the program in the United States, because of our culture, initially it takes a while for the women to speak, which is okay. Everyone is allowed their own process in this program, which is super important. But I was really shocked, surprisingly shocked, that just really from the moment we came, the women were sharing, being vulnerable to us and to each other, and just opening up this space for community and healing that I wasn't expecting or quite prepared for. So I'm just so happy to be here, and just I can't wait for these women. I can't wait to come back for our phase 2, where we actually train them to become facilitators so they can go out and use this program for other women, because these women are so super powerful. And I'm just so excited to see and hear how they use it in their own lives, how they run their own programs in the future. And I know that my life is significantly changed for being here. And I will take all of these women back to me and remember their strength and their joy in my times of trouble. And I'm just really grateful.